I'm Joe Magnet, and I'd like to welcome you to our course for legal issues. What this video is intended to do is to give you a little first introduction to who I am, and then to also help guide you through this course and understand things that you need to do before we get started. So let's start with what are we going to talk about in our course. We're going to have a pretty aggressive time frame over the next 8 weeks. We're going to talk about what is law. We're going to look at concepts around property. We're going to talk about organization. We're going to talk about contracts, torts, consumer protections, HR, and litigation. It's a pretty aggressive schedule in our time frame, but it's something that I'm sure you'll be able to do, as many have gone before you. So as we start this process, let's go take a look at D2L and our site. Here, when you enter the system, you will find this as your greeting page. And what you can do is, across the top, through the navigation, you can see through contents, discussions, Dropbox, quizzes, grades, information, and links to the places that you need to go. So let's start under the content area. What you'll find are two key things. First, the syllabus. The syllabus is available to you by clicking on it, and you can read through. As you go through, of which I'm not going to read through the syllabus to you now, but you can get a sense for what the objectives are, the format that is expected out of each week, the timing that we're going to go through, the grading rationale, some logistics and also academic questions that always have to be addressed, and some miscellaneous information. Because we are online, we don't have to worry about school closures due to weather or incidents. When you then start to look under the table of contents, what you'll find will be a structure by week that will be revealed to you every week. My intention is to run this course for you as if you were in a classroom setting, except you will then accept and process and do your work at your own pace through that given week. When you look under an example of a week, for example on week 1, things that you will find might include, I shouldn't say might, but will include, a checklist. Those will be the things that you need to do for this particular week's activity. You'll find videos which are in direct alignment with the reading out of the book. You'll also find some supplemental videos that I've provided, and then you'll have the opportunity for some discussion. And with the discussion, they are important for you to participate in by answering and responding to those discussion questions, because that is how you will earn your participation points. Each week, there will be an expectation of a homework assignment, which is described in the syllabus, and the taking of a quiz. The quiz should always be taken in the time frame, and similarly, all of the homeworks, all activities should be done within the time frame of the course content, which means your information will be available to you starting at 1 minute after midnight on a Monday, and will then conclude at midnight on Sunday evening. That gives you one full calendar week in order to accomplish the goal of reading the material, viewing the videos, participating in discussions, doing your homework assignment, and taking the quiz. Now, as we start to think about this, I also want you to be aware that there are some quizzes that you will be taking, and in total there'll be a total of 1 per week as we're going through. But in order for us to get started, I have 2 additional things that will be done. So the things that I want to talk about will also include this syllabus quiz and taking the SLO quiz. The syllabus quiz has been something that I've created, which is nothing more than an acknowledgement that you have gone through and read and understand the content, the key content within the syllabus. You have to have 100% response on this. If you don't, you can take it again until you get it. Without completing and having 100% on this, you will not be allowed to get into the week 1 material. So it is critical for you to progress. It's not hard. There are no points associated with it. It is just to be sure that you and I have clear understanding with each other about the expectations. A second thing that needs to be done also before we start on our week 1 will be this thing I have here called an SLO. The SLO is tied to the college's student learning outcomes. And its intention is for me to know, what do you know about legal issues coming in? Don't worry, I have no points associated with this, so there should be no fear on your part about trying to go out and get a perfect score, because that's not the intention. I just like to know, what do you know coming in? So just respond to the questions the best you can, and that will be absolutely fine. This course is meant for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be interpreted as legal advice. With that, I wish you well in the course. I look forward to reading your information that you're going to be providing me. And if the opportunity arises and you're on campus and you happen to spot me, please introduce yourself. I love to meet students who have taken the course. With that, good luck, and I look forward to reading your materials.